Hi there, welcome back to my channel. As you see, I'm taking my annual pilgrimage to Vandemeers. Vandemeers is my favorite water garden spot. In fact, this is where I help them 2 weeks of the year in the summers called their fish, that being called their koi. It's a great privilege and honor for them to ask me to help out. It means they trust me. I call the koi with the owner and the head of the fisheries department. Both great people, and I really like them and respect them. This is Vandemeers. It's located east of Toronto in Ontario, Canada. This is inside the store. It's just one of the multiple greenhouses. It's great for a cold, crappy day, and this was definitely one of them. Uh, Here I'm enjoying some bonsai. I've always wanted to get one, but just never have yet. One day I will, and I'd like to try to do one myself one day if I ever find enough patience. That you need a lot of, or at least so I'm told. Just making my way now to the fisheries department. As you can see, it's quite huge. Multiple uh, raised ponds where they have a variety of their breeders and Japanese and domestic koi for sale. These are some of the Japanese larger koi for sale. As you can see, they're really, quite beautiful. They're a little bit out of my price range, but I like them. These are some small Japanese koi that are left over from the prime season. The prime season for us is obviously May, June, July. As you can see, they still have numerous beautiful koi for sale. Um, my preference is still domestic. What's neat about Vandemeers is they take in and rescue people's turtles that they've had for pets. Many people buy red-eared sliders, and once they get too big, they don't want them anymore. So, for a business of this size to give up this much area and spend this much time and devotion to them, you have to applaud them. These turtles are not for sale. Um, if you talk to them nicely, you can acquire. I think you can acquire them, but you have to have the facilities to hold them because they're just not going to, have to go re-rescue them again. They have numerous ponds throughout the building. The great supplies. They sell really high quality goldfish and shabumpkins. In fact, they might even sell some of my shabumpkins. Anyways, these are the fry tanks. You can see more of their tanks. Have an amazing setup. Like you just could get lost in there. They had a flock spawn this year and it was late. So those that don't know what a flock spawn is, you don't get to pick your parents. It's just one big massive ball of horny creatures all breeding together. So you don't know who the parents are, much like a Friday night in my hometown. So trying to pick and choose a fry I wanted from this batch was quite difficult to go through. So after a long period of time and some really eye strain, I got to pick a few. So these are the ones that I first picked, and I fell in love with this Kiyutsuri. To look at that pattern, look at the coloring. One thing I forgot to do right off is I forgot to look at the body shape. Most important thing. Head of the fisheries pointed this out, saying, "Hey, do you not see this?" And then boom, I saw it. The tail was shifted way off to the left. And it's a beautiful fish, but when that fish gets older, it's really going to be at a deficit with that tail being off to the one side. It's going to have a hard time swimming. These are some of the other ones I picked out. These are a little bit smaller. I thought there was some beautiful Utsuri, and there's a Kishoa and a Kwaku because everyone tells me I should have one. And I got an Ochi because they're like the happy, friendly, dopey Irish setter that you want. They're just a happy-go-lucky fish, so I'm told. This is one of their mud ponds that they use for raising up koi, and that's the area I work in the summers periodically to help them cull. These are the broodstock, and they're not viewed by customers. They're going to be moved inside anytime. The thick mesh is there to protect them from osprey that they have a bit of a problem with. So getting a clear shot was not the best, and I don't have quite as good a camera as Chantel does. So yes, this is me filming, not Chantel. As you can see, they have a couple of ponds where they keep some of their broodstock, and they're massive, big, beautiful koi. And some of them are pretty friendly too. I like that Showa. That's a pretty nice one. And if you like a nice butterfly, that one's called Butter. I don't name my fish, but I know a lot of people do. I don't know why I don't name them. I name every other pet, but I don't know. And just a few more parting shots before I had to leave. These are beautiful fish that I won't get to see again until probably spring of next year. And depending on COVID, we'll see on that too. So I was able to pick up a few koi. I brought a few home, and after an hour and 3/4 drive home, arrived at home. I floated them. This tank was been set up for a couple months. There they'll remain in this tank over winter. Then they'll have their very own pond next year, so I don't have to worry really about quarantining. Here's a view of them. You can tell that these are domestic koi, and they're not perfect. At this price, I can't go wrong. You get to see them develop. You get to pick and choose. I'm going to really enjoy watching these guys grow. These are my tosai from last year that went through the same program of being in the tank for the winter and then out to the pond for the summer. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Everyone take care, and I hope to see you soon.